Our universe is ancient and incomprehensibly vast. Billions of galaxies, trillions of stars, and potentially quadrillions of habitable planets. And yet, when we point our telescopes to the sky, all we hear is silence. This is the great cosmic mystery known as the Fermi Paradox. If the universe is so full of potential for life, then where is everybody? Scientists have proposed countless answers. Maybe we are the first. Maybe the distances are too great. Maybe they're simply not interested in us. But the science fiction author Cixin Liu, in his masterpiece, The Three-Body Problem Saga, proposed a new, far more chilling solution. A solution that suggests the silence in the cosmos is not a sign of absence, but a sign of universal, paralyzing fear. It's called the dark forest theory, and it might be the most terrifyingly logical and brilliant idea in all of science fiction. So today, we venture into this forest to understand its rules and to uncover why the deadliest thing you can do in the universe is say hello. To understand the dark forest, Cixin Liu asks us to forget everything we think we know about alien life. No bug-eyed monsters, no wise, benevolent explorers. Instead, he builds his theory on two brutally simple, universal truths. He calls them the Axioms of Cosmic Sociology. Axiom 1. Survival is the primary need of any civilization. This is the bedrock. Before art, before science, before morality, a civilization's #1 goal is to simply continue to exist. Any civilization that does not prioritize its own survival will be quickly filtered out by the harsh realities of the cosmos. Axiom 2. Any civilization will grow and expand, but the total matter in the universe remains constant. This is the problem of resources. As a civilization advances, its need for energy and raw materials will inevitably increase, but they live in a finite universe. Sooner or later, the growth of one civilization will come at the expense of another. On their own, these two axioms just describe a competitive universe. But it's when you add the vast distances of space and the terrifying speed of light that the truly horrifying logic of the dark forest begins to emerge.
This is where the true genius and the true horror of Cixin Liu's idea comes into play. It's built on two concepts: the chains of suspicion and the technological explosion. First, the chains of suspicion. Imagine two civilizations, A and B, separated by 100 light years. Civilization A detects B. Are they friendly? Maybe, but A can never be sure. Due to the vast distance, any message would take centuries to travel. By the time A gets a friendly reply, B could have changed its mind, its government, or its entire philosophy. True communication is impossible. A cannot trust B, but even worse, A knows that B cannot trust it, and A knows that B knows that A knows, and so on, forever. This is the chain of suspicion. The default state between civilizations is not trust, but mutual, unending paranoia. Second, the technological explosion. The rate of technological progress is not linear, it is exponential. A civilization that is 1,000 years behind you today could, through a single scientific breakthrough, be 1,000 years ahead of you tomorrow. You might be a primitive culture to them one moment, and a galaxy-ending threat the next. When you combine these two concepts, the terrifying conclusion becomes clear. You can't trust them, and you can't be sure they won't become a threat in the future. So what is the only logical, foolproof way to ensure your own survival?
This cold, brutal logic is what makes the Dark Forest so compelling. If you enjoy these deep dives into the grand ideas of science fiction, consider subscribing to The Future Past. Your support fuels our explorations. Now, let's step into the forest itself. This is the answer to the question. The only logical way to ensure your survival in a universe of infinite suspicion and unpredictable technological growth is to eliminate any other civilization you find before it has a chance to eliminate you. And this leads us to the theory's namesake. The universe is not an empty void. It is a dark forest. Every civilization is a cautious hunter, creeping silently through the trees. They are all desperately trying to stay hidden. The forest is quiet because everyone is holding their breath. Any hunter that reveals their location by lighting a fire, by making a sound, becomes a target. Not out of malice, not out of hatred, but out of fear. Because in the dark forest, another hunter isn't a potential friend. They are a potential threat. They are another mouth to feed in a forest with limited food, and you can never be sure that they won't shoot you in the back. The first hunter to see you will be the first to pull the trigger. That is the law of the dark forest, the terrifying solution to the Fermi Paradox is that the universe isn't silent because we're alone. It's silent because everyone who wasn't is already dead. The dark forest theory is a powerful work of fiction, but it is built on such terrifyingly sound logic that it's hard to shake. It paints a picture of a universe where cosmic sociology is a brutal game of survival, and the optimal strategy is to stay silent. And in this silent, dark forest, humanity is the naive child shouting for attention, sending radio signals and probes into the darkness, lighting a bright, noisy fire, and hoping that whatever comes to investigate is friendly. Here at the Future Past, we believe that exploring these ideas, even the most terrifying ones, is essential. They are the grand what-ifs that push the boundaries of our imagination and force us to confront our own place in the universe. If you were captivated by this journey into the dark forest, subscribe to our channel and join us as we continue to unearth the incredible futures that never were and the terrifying possibilities that still might be.